Just wanted to create a quick video demonstrating this new feature I added to my little Wordle app. So let's create a word, say word, generate a link, automatically copies to the clipboard, share it with a friend. It's only running locally right now. So get a couple incorrect guesses. That's a good one. Oh yeah, it was the word is word. I forgot. All right, we got it. So this is the new feature. You can share the game with a friend now. Generated this. And the interesting thing about this is just one giant string. It's actually a behavior subject of type string because we're using a service to generate this, and then we are posting that word back to the database. Let me backtrack. Every custom word that's made after a player plays that word and either wins or loses, regardless, that word gets deleted in the database because I don't want a bunch of words just lingering there for eternity. But if you choose to share the game at the end, it'll send a new post of that word to the DB. So only if that word gets shared does it repopulate in the database. Otherwise, it's gone. Try to keep things a little tidy. So this automatically copied to the clipboard. Just go in my mail. So ideally this will be on a phone. Share it over text. You see this? I got it. I won the game. And now we can play that word. So let's say I give up. Let me get an orange letter in there. This word. Olds. There we go. And notice these settings that are available in free play are not available now because it's a custom word. You can't just change the amount of attempts you get. We give up, we lose. And now you see the word's gone. There is no word. But we want to share this game with a friend. So I lost 2 out of 6 attempts. And check it out. There it is. So this automatically copies to the clipboard and share it with another friend. Get this out of here. I got it. And it's gone. And that's how you can see it's gone. So now this is free play mode where we're just pulling from an API a random word based on our settings, word length and attempts. I'm going to cheat real quick. Let's see what the word actually is. Poems. I'm not even sure if that's a word. This API has some pretty crazy words. They actually are words. Sometimes they're kind of slang, but they're tough. Notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words were attempted. This is because when you make a guess, any guess, there's a call to an API to check if that word is a valid word. So we can't just do this. So the problem is that API is different than the random word API. So I need to first receive the random word and then check with the validator API to make sure that that is a valid word to them. Because if we get poems and the valid word API doesn't recognize that word, you will never be able to get the word right because you won't be able to get a guess in for that word. So I just have it on a loop to keep trying. If it doesn't recognize it, send another request, and it does it, I think, at max 6 times. I don't want it to ever get stuck in an infinite loop, so it does it 6 times at most, and if it still hasn't found a valid word after 6 times, it just says no internet connection. Then it jumps to the fallback, which is a dictionary of words that I created manually. It's like 50 words, and you'll play with that. And there's no dictionary checking, so then you actually would be able to guess anything you wanted. So yeah, that's about it for that feature. I almost forgot to jump into the code for this. So the majority of work being done to create that share results message, it's actually just a giant behavior subject of type string. It's a giant string is this service. So from the game board component, when a game is over, it sends this information and populates these fields. I'll show that real quick. Game board. This is a girthy component. It's gotten kind of out of hand. I don't want to go through the work of refactoring it right now. So here we go. Win or lose, we call this method handle share results, and then it talks to the service to populate all those fields. So the tile map is it's basically every tile on the board. It says whether it's a black tile, an orange tile, or a green tile. Total tiles, if you have a game with a word that's 5 letters, 6 attempts, you get 30 total tiles. Yeah, let's get back to this. So in the win or lose modal, we call this method get result string. You subscribe to this result behavior subject. So got it in is just that little message that says like 2 out of 6 or 3 out of 6 attempts. And it's a giant string. We want it formatted correctly no matter the length of the word. If we have a word that's 8 letters, we want 8 blocks. So we do that by if I modulus this word dot length equals 0, we add a new line. The word is 6 letters long, then we'll add a new line. Once I is 6, once I is 12, once I is 18, and so on. Then we loop through the tile map, which just says what the color of each tile should be. Doing a switch case. So if the value of the keys, by the way, are just the indices of the tiles of the board. I want to keep this quick. I'm not going to go too in depth, but if it's a 30 tile board, then all the keys are just going to be 1 through 30 or 0 through 29. I forget, but the values are going to be the color that the block should be at that index. So yeah, and then we got to create the link for the game. So that's why it's a behavior subject, because it needs to be asynchronous. So we're going to post that word to the back end. It's actually a little more than just the word. It's the exact game settings that you had. So however many attempts that you were playing with, we'll create a word that has that many attempts and a time limit, if any. Green tiles only, I haven't implemented that. I think I might just remove that. So then we subscribe to that. The response will add to the result string behavior subject. And we've got a ternary here to say whether you won or lost. Try your luck, and generates the UID link. We attach that to our front end base URL at the play endpoint. So yeah, let's take a look at what the string looks like. So this is the got it in variable. Here are the tiles that we looped over and created this giant string. It's funny, this is actually just a giant string. And got it in 6 attempts. Try our luck with this word using the link below. So from the back end, we get this UID, and then we just concatenate it onto here, right here. It's not working in prod yet because my HTTPS front end hosted on AWS Amplify refuses to communicate with my HTTP backend hosted on AWS Elastic Beanstalk. I've been jumping through hoops trying to get an SSL cert for my domain, but I don't have my Elastic Beanstalk hosted, or I don't have it rigged up with a subdomain yet. So I'm pretty new with all of this, the domain management and SSL certs. So it's been taking me some time trying to get this all figured out. But I'm migrating from GoDaddy to AWS Route 53. I think it might just make things a little easier. So yeah, that's about it. I'll show you what I mean. Well, it can't. It won't talk to the back end. Blocked mixed content. HTTPS trying to talk to HTTP.